Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, and Happy New Year. I know it's been a while, but I wanted to get on today and kind of get back in the swing of things. And so today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be going through just some old random products that I haven't opened and play in a little bit of makeup, play with some stuff that's been sitting in my drawers that I haven't opened, and some new products that I haven't got to play with yet. So it'll be kind of like a little just, you know, get ready with me and review. Alright, so as you guys can see, I already have pretty much my entire base and everything done. So I finally got a chance to get the P. Louise base, which I have never used, but it's come highly recommended by so many people. So many people swear by this. I, as you guys may well know, swear by the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison just to see how well they perform with different colors and how well they make the makeup last. And I'll probably do a check-in in a few hours and just see how everything's holding up. I also have, these are from, it's called Maven Beauty. It's through Fashion Nova. And they made these things called Asteroid Tears. Super cute. I think they're like under $15, but they kind of remind me of the Steel Lip Beauty. But the thing is there's been a lot of imitations and nobody's really been able to mimic Stila. So I am going to put these two to the test against each other, put Maven Beauty's Asteroid Tears from Fashion Nova against Stila and see how they perform. So I picked these up at a recent Morphe visit, and this is Coconut and this is Poolside. So I'm not exactly sure what look we're gonna go with yet, but I'd like to incorporate at least playing a little bit with these liners and just see how they perform. Now at my trip to Morphe, I noticed they had a few new palettes available, and this one kind of caught my eyes. It's the 3503 Fierce by Nature palette. So although I have a couple of new palettes I'd like to play in, I think today we're going to pick this one because it really does have a very interesting color layout, as you can see here. You know, see, I mean, I've played in Morphe stuff before, but let's just see how this particular palette performs. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right into it. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. So I'm going to go ahead and start by taking the MAC Painterly Paint Pot on my sponge, as I would normally do. And I'm just going to coat this on, we're going to use MAC on the right eye, and we'll use the P. Louise base on the left eye. Okay, now what I went ahead and did is I just got kind of a newer beauty blender. I don't want to mix the products, so I'm going to take a clean beauty blender and we're going to go ahead and apply this P. Louise base. Take a little bit of that product off and just start with a dab and see how much we need. I'll be honest with you, I mean, it is brighter, but of course they have different shades. I can probably get a brighter MAC Painterly Paint Pot, but this just feels more like a concealer. I kind of like the Painterly Paint Pot consistency. It's just thicker and kind of more sticky, so it just feels like it wouldn't crease or anything like that. So I'm actually gonna let this sit on my eye for a second. It's very bright, very bright, definitely full coverage. So I'm gonna let this one sit for a second. Because this P. Louise feels so much like a concealer to me, I really want to see if I get any kind of creasing like I would with a concealer, because obviously the reason that I use a base is because concealer creases and it can mess up the eyeshadow, and the MAC never creases. It's definitely a full coverage that's kind of sticky and lays down a little bit heavier. This feels very light, very liquidy. So let's give it a few minutes and see what happens. I'm curious.
A few moments later.
Maybe I should open my eyes like over and over like this, right? Isn't that what causes creases?
More moments later.
There's no creasing. I'm gonna be honest, they look similar. This one's just, the P. Louise is lighter. Again, just shade. Looks good. Let's move on to the next step here. I forgot to mention, we're also gonna play around with these lip products, which I'm gonna tell you more about later. We are going into the Fierce by Nature palette. So I literally have no idea what I'm doing, and as with most of my videos, we're just going to play in some colors and I have no idea how it's going to come out, or if it's going to come out well, or what's going to happen here. But I really want to play with the Asteroid Tears, so I kind of want to make this work with the colors that I have. So I think we're going to go really dark for this one. Do like a smoked out. Probably shouldn't have laid down my base first. Would have been nice to do eyes first, but that's okay. We're just gonna go with it. So I think for my transition color, because I'm gonna go with kind of, I think these darker colors down here, I'm gonna go with this kind of peachy color because it's just gonna blend out anyway. So I'm gonna start there, and this is called Temptin, I guess? Temptin. So this little peachy color right here, I'm gonna use that as my transition shade. You know, I'm trying to see which side is laying down the color better, and honestly, they're both pretty similar. But you know, it's typical Morphe color. You can see already a little bit of fallout, but they're fairly pigmented, work fairly well on the eyes. I like Morphe palettes, especially if you're on a budget. Morphe has some of the best eyeshadows you're gonna get on a tight budget. And that gives me a feeling I'm gonna be covering this color up later. I don't really like it, but let's keep going. Take a little fluffy brush. I'm gonna take this kind of tan color. It's called Trance, I believe, which is this little, just really light tan color here. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put this above the peach and kind of just blend it out because it's a little too bright for what I want at the moment. Whatever, it's acceptable. Luckily we're going really dark, so I'll just wipe all this out. You know what I'm talking about? Alright, so since I'm going to go with this dark Asteroid's Tears, I think my main color in the back here is going to be this like burgundy purple, really dark. This is called Hypnotic. So it'd be here. Sorry, excuse my nails, I just tore off my acrylics, so they're a little raggedy. But we're going to use this color here. It's called Hypnotic. Don't come for me and my raggedy nails, okay? It's quarantine. Nobody sees this. I'm getting ready with me to stay in my house. Let's see how Hypnotic does on the eyes. It's a really dark color, so we're gonna take our time. I'm gonna take my little favorite R41 packing brush for the outside. And then I'll take our JS6 little fluffy brush. We're gonna use this guy to blend out this color. So we'll pack with this brush, blend out with the other brush. This combination, I don't know where we're going. Part of the fun of my channel. You guys get to come for the ride along with me. Those colors don't go together at all. We're gonna make it work, you know? And you just take your time and keep going back and forth, and you pat on a little bit more product and blend that product until it is to your liking. All right, let's go ahead and repeat that whole long process on the other eye. See how well we can make them match up. I'm really surprised at actually how well these colors went together once they're blended out. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead, before I get onto the top of the eyelid, because I haven't figured out exactly what I'm doing there as far as the inside, I am going to go ahead and hit the lower lash line. Alright, so I'm going to pull out my Morphe E19. This is my little handy dandy kind of outside, get the darker color in the outer V and the bottom kind of brush. English, you know? Sometimes it works. So I'm going to take that same color I was using earlier, that kind of deep burgundy color. That is Hypnotic. And I'm just going to rub it kind of underneath to about, I'd say, 1/3 of the way inside of the eye on the bottom, right on the lower lash line. Alright, so I think I'm going to play around with this color. This one's called Celestial. It's a very like dark purple. I want to play with this on the back over, you know, I'm going to put glitter on the back here and just see what happens. And then I'm going to take, I think, the more goldy kind of color. This is called Aurora. I'm going to take this onto the front portion. So this is another brand new Morphe palette that I have not played in yet, and honestly I kind of wish I would have picked this one, but that's okay. This is the Morphe 35H. It's called Hotspot. Really pretty colors in here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top one. This is called, I think, Siesta? Yeah, Siesta. So these are the colors I like. These really, really light white colors. I'm going to take this, and that is going to be my kind of my base for my glitter. Okay, now before we get to putting these on my eye, I do want to play with them a little bit. And like I said, I really want to compare them against the Stillas. So I have 4 colors here. The first one we're going to look at is UFO. Let's go ahead and swatch that here. That's really pretty. It's not quite as pigmented as I thought it was going to be, but it's very, this is almost like a green gold kind of reflex in it. Very pretty. The next color we're going to look at is the one that I'll be using on the inside of my eye, most likely, which is called Aurora. We'll go ahead and, oh yeah, it's definitely gold. Really pretty. Pretty impressed so far. So that's like a nice gold kind of glitter reflex you got going on there. The next one that I'm going to be showing you is Celestial. This is kind of the dark purpley kind of one I'm going to use on the outside at some point. I'm going to tell you right now, this one doesn't lay down as nicely. You might need 2 coats if it dries, or what I did on the swatch there is just kind of tapped it a little bit. Still really pretty. And last but not least is Interstellar. This is more of a blue kind of glitter color. Let's see how this one performs. So kind of same issue as the brown kind of purple color. It's kind of blotchy. I mean, I think the blue's worse. You can see the blotchiness there. So the lighter colors perform okay. The darker ones, probably just gotta work with a little more. I mean, that's not bad. Just do a little tap, tap, tap motion on there. It's something. So let's go ahead and just grab a couple Stilas just so you can see. I wanna grab a gold one to compare against the kind of gold color they have. I think the closest gold I have is the Kitten Karma from Stila. So I'm gonna just, oh my gosh, I've used almost all of it already. I mean, obviously different color golds, but you can see in the light, I mean, Maven Beauty's performing pretty well compared. I'll grab one more of the like lighter. This one's called Lilac Ice, and we'll compare it to the lighter UFO color that we used. Although Lilac Ice is more of a pink, the UFO is more of a green, so you can kind of see them right next to each other. I will say, Stila goes on smoother. It goes on in one swipe versus a couple. It is definitely more pigmented at the initial swipe. Maverick needs a little bit of work. You can tell it's, you can just feel it's a cheaper formula. But, girl, if you're on a budget. All right, so I'm gonna start with that purpley kind of color and just kind of tap, tap, tap on the outside. It almost feels like I have too much product. Just want it on the lid. I'm going to take that blending brush I was using earlier. I just kind of want to soften where the glitter is transitioning into the eyeshadow. Not bad. I mean, I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but it is not bad. Okay, let's do the other eye. Okay, so again, not bad. Now I want to take the lighter Maven Beauty Aurora, which is the more gold color, and we're going to use that on the inner lid. Yeah, it's definitely better to put this on with like a tapping motion. The kind of swiping motion just does not lay it down very well. I will say though that there's not really any transfer onto the upper eyelid on this one, so that's good. It just means that, you know, it dries down fast and it doesn't bleed into other areas of the eye. I will say that I think that the Maven Beauty are better as toppers. Stila Beauty you can wear by itself, you don't really need to put anything underneath it. But these ones, I think just because they're not as pigmented, they're lighter, they're kind of more liquidy, they need a little bit more padding. I think these are better to go over other eyeshadows. But yeah, I like it. So now I'm gonna take my blender brush again, soften between the two colors on each eye. Alright, so now I'm gonna finish the lower lash line, which I really, you know, we're gonna just, this is, look, okay? This is me just having fun in makeup and trying new products. And I almost forgot I want to try this teal Morphe liner. And as you can see, nothing here goes with teal very well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just merge colors together, because why not? This could be a total disaster. But we're doing it anyways. I'm gonna take my M149, which is a very tiny fluffy brush, and let's look at that color again. I'm going to go back into my 35H Hotspot palette from Morphe, my other new palette that I didn't think we'd be playing in today. And I'm going to go into this color here, Ocean Drive. And I'm going to use that as my lower lash line, and then we'll buff it out and figure out where to go from there. Is this going to ruin the whole look? Is it all over for me from here? Okay, so that changed the whole look. Probably not my best idea, but good thing I'm not going outside. Now I'm going to take that light color I used earlier in the top, and I'm going to buff out those two dark bottom colors with another R41 brush. Little fluffy brush. It's like that nice lighty, kind of light color. And let's just buff out these two bottom colors. Okay, and to make this even more fun and exciting, because we've already went down a rabbit hole we cannot turn back from, we're going to take my E36 little teeny tiny Morphe brush, and I'm going to go into this top. It's called Ripple Effect. It's this little kind of very soft light baby blue color. And since we've already got the little blue on the eyes going with these other colors, we're going to use this for our inner corner highlight. How are we feeling? Have you unsubscribed yet? Have you subscribed yet? So subscribe. If you don't like it, then you can unsubscribe. But first subscribe, and then tell me what you think. And then if you don't like it, you should still probably not unsubscribe, but then you can if you need to. All right, let's go ahead and stick this bright, vibrant teal, what color is this? Poolside Morphe eyeliner. We're gonna shove this right in the waterline. Pretty pigmented, not terrible, glides on smooth. You know, I'm gonna take the white one just for fun, because why not? I think that will just about do it for the eye look. I am not going to do an eyeliner. We're going to just leave this thing going on. And I'm going to pop on some lashes, and I will see you guys in a couple minutes. Okay guys, so here we are. A whole lot of colors later. I went ahead and applied some lashes and some mascara. And now what I want to dive into are these fun little things. So if you guys have not heard of them, I don't even know if they're still open with COVID. If they are, I'm going to post their information. If you live in the LA area, it was super fun. It was a little pricey, but there's a company called Bite. And what Bite does is they allow you to go in and literally create your own lipstick from scratch. It's very much like working in like a lab. If you've seen people making makeup in a lab, that's kind of what you're doing. It's a one-on-one session. So they teach you how to make makeup. You get to pick a few colors. You can pay and purchase the ones you want. So I just got one that's probably not going to match this look at all, but we don't care at this point. And it's a color that I made, so obviously there's no name for it, but it's kind of this pinky, purpley kind of tone lipstick, as you can see. I also made a more glossy topper, which is this gold, and that's a lip topper. So you can pick like whether you want more transparent, like the toppers, or you want something more pigmented. You can pick a matte, a glossy finish. I mean, it's really fun, and you sit there and you mix colors together. I highly recommend you go do it with a friend, probably after COVID, because I get a very strong feeling that they're not doing this right now. But yeah, keep them in mind. Their name is Bite. It was super fun, little pricey. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the lipstick because I had all this fun making it, and I'm over here promoting them to you and telling you, no sponsorship by the way, to go and check them out. And I've never even worn the lipstick. So let's see how it performs before we commit to going after COVID. I mean, it's not bad. Does the color go with this look? Absolutely freaking not. But not bad. Okay, you've seen the color. So cute and pretty. I'm going to take it off now, and we're going to go with something more realistic, because I'm not 100% mad at the eyeshadow, but with the lips, no way. Okay, I've had enough. We're going to just take the Celebrity Skin. This is not Celebrity Skin. This is Mannequin. You know, we've committed. I'm done. You know what we can do just for fun? We can take a little bit darker color, because I used Mannequin, which I didn't want to. Let's kind of line the outside to give it a little bit of an ombre effect. Let's take a little layer of gloss. And voila! Last but not least, as with all the other Jeffree Star / Morphe products that Morphe's getting rid of, they are getting rid of, or they have gotten rid of, the strawberry setting spray, which is very similar to their traditional setting mist. Morphe's setting spray is one of my favorites. By far, it's one of my favorites. But I remember smelling this when it first came out, and I did not like it, so I never bought it, but it was on sale for like half the price of the other one. So it's been since it came out, so let's try it again and see if I've changed my mind. No, it smells awful. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for today's look. Overall, the Maven Beauty Asteroid Tears, pretty good. Not that pigmented, probably go with the lighter colors, use it as a topper. Other than that, great. Bite, fun experience. I'll let you decide how you feel about the lipsticks. As far as the Jeffree Star Starberry, which you probably can't get anymore anyways, smells like crap. Don't buy it. Sorry, Jeffree. As far as the Morphe palettes that I used, the Hotspot and the Fierce by Nature palette, both really, really good. You know, budget makeup, but as you can see, very pigmented. There's not really much you can complain about with Morphe. And last but not least, the Morphe liners. Honestly, probably not worth the money you spend on them. You can get better pigmented. I mean, the colors there, they're pigmented, they're affordable, but not gonna become like a staple in my collection. So, love their palettes. Some of their other stuff is good too. Brushes are great, by the way. If you need brushes, I use a lot of Morphe brushes. Alright guys, so that is going to be it for this video. If you have not done so already, please like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and ring that bell so you can get notified of my upcoming uploads. That being said, I'm going to be changing the way that I do things moving forward. We are not going to be on a set schedule, but I will definitely be posting weekly. It will be random videos. If there's anything you guys want to see, please feel free to post it in the comments below. And yeah, it's great to be back. I'm excited to start the new year with you all, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, I almost forgot to let you guys know about the P. Louise base, but I've worn it for a little while, and to be honest, I mean, it works just as well as the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So, whichever one you prefer. Personally, I think the P. Louise is a little too liquidy, but whichever one you guys like, they both work really well. And also, again, super impressed with the Maven Beauty glitter. Still looks super, super pretty. Have a great day, guys. Bye.